So last week, the media was giving a fair amount of attention to a bill that was introduced to the House of Representatives and co-sponsored by Representative Barney Frank from Massachusetts and Ron Paul of Texas. Ron Paul. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the details of this bill, but basically what it would do is it would decriminalize marijuana. Now, that's not the same as making it legal, it just makes it so it's not illegal. Now, before I go any further, let me just say that I have never done marijuana or any other drugs, and I never plan on doing marijuana or any other drugs. Despite all that, I think that the marijuana legalization debate is an excellent debate to be having, and, frankly, I support legalizing it. Dude! Me too, man! You're so awesome, dude! Now, it has nothing to do with me wanting easy access to the reefer or me wanting to get super high. No, I mean, no. It just makes sense. Point number one. Marijuana really isn't all that bad for you. Many studies have been done by both the government and by private institutions, and what they have consistently shown is that there are no significant differences in long-term health between marijuana users and non-marijuana users. Now, that's not to say that it can't be bad for you. I mean, I don't think it would be a very good idea to drive after smoking a joint, and of course it would be bad in excess, but that's also true for things like fried chicken or chocolate. Point number two, enforcing marijuana laws is a huge waste of resources. Prisons in the US right now are more full than they have ever been, and this is in large part because of increasing arrest rates of non-violent drug offenders. It costs over $23,000 to keep one marijuana user in jail for 1 year. Multiply that by all the marijuana users in our jails right now, and you have a country that is wasting billions of dollars. And that's not even counting all the money that we spend paying police officers for their time that they spend cracking down on minor marijuana offenders when they could, frankly, be doing something far more useful. And besides, marijuana is so easy to get a hold of anyway that any attempt by law enforcement to eliminate its use is pretty futile. Point number three. If it is legal, it can be made by major US companies, which is good for two main reasons. Production can be regulated, and as a result, the product will probably be cleaner and safer. And we can tax it, just like we tax cigarettes and alcohol. If we were to combine all the money saved from not having to enforce marijuana laws and all the money gained from taxing all the marijuana sales, we would have a butt ton of money. That's money that could be spent building roads, schools, hospitals, eliminating the national debt, funding drug prevention programs. I mean, it just makes sense. Finally, point number four. What responsible adults do in the privacy of their own homes, as long as it doesn't endanger themselves or others, is really none of the government's business. This country was founded with the idea that there would be limited government intervention in our lives and that people would pretty much be able to do what they want. If someone else wants to have a glass of wine or have a beer or to smoke a cigarette or to smoke a joint, is that something that we really need to be worried about? I mean, is that something the government really needs to be worried about? Now, please don't get me wrong here. I do not smoke or drink, and I will never smoke or drink regardless of illegality, but that's my choice. And I believe that others should have the right to choose as they wish as well. So those are my thoughts on marijuana legalization, but now I want to know yours. Post a comment below or post a video response, and subscribe to me, because I'm awesome. I'm Dan Brown, and I'm out.